Comic book news.
Sure, why not?
It gives us legitimacy.
Yeah.
Excuse me, son.
Yes.
We'd like to know your thoughts on William M. Gaines.
Never heard of him before.
The name Alfred E. Neuman ring a bell?
No.
Just for me.
It does for you? Okay.
I'm old enough to remember it.
Your thoughts on the recent passing of William M. Gaines?
William M. Gaines? I don't know, when I was a kid, I used to read the magazine, and I don't know, I came out normal. I mean, I read Mad Magazine, but when I was a kid, but it didn't really warp me out too bad. But basically, I think it's because I became a Christian when I was 16 and gave my heart to Jesus Christ, and that's what made the fundamental difference in my life.
Excuse me, sir. I want to know if we could ask you questions. Your thoughts on the passing of William M. Gaines?
I'm going to make no comment.
No comment. Well, does the name Alfred E. Neuman ring a bell?
Yeah. Sure.
William M. Gaines was the publisher of Mad Magazine, and he recently passed on. And your thoughts?
Exactly. That's very sad. He was really funny. I remember growing up reading his magazines and getting a kick out of it. And, I don't know, it lightened up a lot of issues, both in the entertainment areas and the political areas. It was fun.
I think he ought to resign from being police chief because I think he hasn't done a good job there in San Francisco.
Excuse me, I wonder if we could ask your thoughts on the recent passing of William M. Gaines.
Do you have any thoughts on that? Who the hell is William M. Gaines?
Does the name Alfred E. Neuman ring a bell?
Oh, man! Oh, my hero! I think it's a great tragedy for America, and one of the great intellectual minds of all time has been lost. And, you know, God knows, we're having this lunch in honor of his passing, and that's about it.
Any thoughts on who should take over the mantle at MAG?
Ross Perot.
I wonder if we could interrupt your tanning for 1 minute. Get your thoughts on the passing of William M. Gaines.
William Gaines? No real opinion.
Does the name Alfred E. Neuman ring a bell?
Sure. Looks like Ross Perot.
William M. Gaines is dead. And we're just wondering, what do you think the future of Mad Magazine will be without the guiding spirit behind Alfred E. Neuman?
Well, if Ross Perot gets elected, then we've got Mad Magazine right back. So.
Stan Lee, here we go.
Obviously, it was a great shock and a great tragedy. Bill was one of the real geniuses in our field. And, you know, there are a lot of talented people, but he was also one hell of a nice guy. And the proof of how nice a fella is how his staff feel about him, the people who work for him, and I think they all loved him.
I grew up with Mad Magazine, and it's an interesting magazine, and I think it contributes to the imagination and the, what's the word I'm looking for? Creativity of the young minds of today.
You know, it was funny because when I first knew him, he was totally different than the Bill Gaines that everybody knew. He was a very straight, square guy. I mean, he wore these lovely business suits and a crew cut, and he looked like your friendly neighborhood accountant, you know. Then all of a sudden, it seems overnight, one day, he became the world's richest hippie, you know.
I'm afraid anything I say is going to sound like a complete cliche. It's a tremendous loss. What I just hope eventually is that people will not only look up to him for Mad, but will kind of regress some years and, you know, see the problems and conflicts he had with censorship. So in that regard, I mean, not only was he effective with Mad, but he was a pioneer.
He was a great guy, and he lived every minute, and he loved every minute, and he loved doing Mad. And no, he was a real character, and everybody liked him.
It's a game!